Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've got Transformers War for Cybertron. This was released way back in 2010 and was part of the Transformers Aligned continuity that sadly kind of died because no one cared to actually, follow continuity. But then that's Transformers for you. And joining me today is the most continuous Triple X Medic.
Hello, everybody. It's good to see you for the new year first stream. And if I could have your ears for just a few minutes, there's something I'd like to get off my chest. So, I won't go too much into my personal life, but you should know that my mother had two sisters, which gave me two aunts. And my oldest aunt, the coolest aunt in the world, is the motivation for why I got into gaming in the first place. Because I can remember as far back as 1982 sitting on a couch and watching her play Atari and her teaching me to play Pong and Pac-Man. And for years, she was basically a second mother to me in every sense of the word. And as she loved games, but games got more complex, unfortunately she couldn't play them, but she would always ask me to play them for her so she could watch. She did love Crash Bandicoot. She could play that, but every game after it was just so complex with the buttons that she just couldn't do it. And I would spend years with her playing games and just having the greatest time until we lost her to cancer in 2019, right at Christmas time. And I lost a part of me when she died, and I never really did get that part of me back. And I have been suffering inside with a lot of stuff due to work and life that I don't ever talk about. And I just wanted to say that you guys helped me through a lot of my bad times, and I really appreciate you. And I'm grateful to you because you are my outlet when things get dark for me. But I also wanted to tell you that you're not alone in your pain or your suffering, and you should never suffer alone. And I am there for you. Anyone who needs it, my ears are always open. And if you need the help, I urge you to get it because mental health for 2026 is extremely important. So please don't act, take a second, think, and there's no shame in reaching out for it. General, if you want to add to this with your personal stories, okay. If not, I won't force you, but thank you for allowing me to talk about my issues and my aunt for a few moments.
Yeah, 2026 ain't easy, but hey, we're gonna survive it. For me personally, yeah, the YouTube channel has been a very good outlet for creativity, which has been very important. Love doing these streams, love doing the videos, love all the positive comments. And so I want to thank everybody for being fans, both past and present. So, with that in mind, let's get into the bloody game so we can stop being so maudlin.
That's right.
Because what better way to deal with mental health than playing as a evil dictator that wants to take over a planet and kill everybody that doesn't agree? Wouldn't you agree that that's the best way to deal with pain and suffering?
Yes. Space socialism.
Peace through tyranny.
I always preferred peace through superior firepower, but that works too.
Well, like Megatron, he has a big ass cannon for an arm. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this game. This is like the best of the Transformers games. Yeah, there's all kinds of people putting out videos complaining about difficulties, and half the time they don't even need to be putting out these videos. Like the quartering. I've been watching some videos on that where this millionaire is whining and complaining, Not that millionaires can't have problems, but this guy basically creates problems of his own creation, I love the voice for Megatron in this. Can you hear the voice acting?
Let me turn the volume up.
And when I find it, the balance of this war with the Autobots will finally tip in my favor.
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right. So this was meant to tie in with books. I'll move the mouse cursor out of there. With books. This is meant to tie in with the Transformers Prime TV series. Transformers Prime introduced the Dark Energon concept, which is supposed to be like the Super Energon, but it'd make you go crazy.
And then Jeff Bezos stole their thunder.
I mean, I like it when some of this stuff was still fictional. And Megatron was already nuts to begin with, but it made him even nuttier. So yeah, Transformers. I'm reminded of a Christmas back in 2012. It was the best Christmas ever at that point. My mother actually acquired for me a original in-box 1984 Optimus Prime, complete with Toys R Us sticker, no less. It was pretty fucking badass. I still have it, thankfully. But sadly, it's in a box. I'd love to be able to find that box and put that on display. But, like, I've been a big fan of Transformers pretty much my entire life. Did you grow up with Transformers, Triple X?
Yes, most definitely. And not the shitty San Francisco, Portland, Oregon Transformers either. The real Transformers.
Oh, my.
Who is your favorite Transformer? And I'm taking Optimus Prime off the table for you.
Oh, you can't do that? Oh, crap. Okay. Let me think for a moment. The ninja guy from Transformers Animated. I can't remember his name. He has the same voice actor as Kyle Katarn.
I always loved... I don't remember his name, but he was basically a cassette player.
That's Blaster. Unless you're talking about a Decepticon, and that's going to be Soundwave. Ooh, I'm going to take that one. Soundwave. Soundwave.
Soundwave was also really cool. I have a... Yeah, I would say it's a tie between Blaster and Soundwave.
Yeah, I mean, both of them were pretty cool. The original G1 TV show was very spotty because, like, that was a very new thing at the time. And originally it was just designed to sell toys. I mean, that's all it was. It's like, get excited for next product, right? Yeah, talking about people coming and going, though, I've been kind of depressed about old Gramps not being around, you know? It's not easy, but this Christmas was a lot easier. Well, okay, it wasn't easier, but this Christmas we actually celebrated the holiday instead of being miserable, so progress has been made.
The first Christmas is always the hardest.
We were finally able to go look at Christmas lights for the first time in a long time. It was good, but it's still depressing, though. And just, yeah. But I've got a really good family, so we're all together, and that's something I really appreciate, like, a lot. It's like, we're always together, always working through our problems together, so it's not quite as hard as it could be. It's one of those things where, for me, you know, I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy, I'm not well connected, you know, I don't have bazillions of dollars, I forget how to change weapons, oh dear. But my family to me is much more important than any kind of money or prestige or power, you know. Because at the end of the day...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, but at the end of the day, that's the only thing in life that really makes a difference is the people you have with you. Go on.
So, bringing it back around to Transformers real quick. Out of curiosity, the 2007 movie where they introduce Shia LaBeouf to his first lieutenant Jax, who is a Decepticon turned Autobot.
Yeah.
Was he actually part of the original line of Transformers, or did they just introduce him for the movie?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Because I thought that was a cool idea of having a Decepticon become an Autobot.
The concept's been around since the original days, because there was a guy named Jetfire who started out as a Decepticon, then became a Autobot. So it could have been inspired from that.
So, you know, and I promise I'm going somewhere with this. You know what was the coolest to me as a kid? G.I. Joe.
Huh.
G.I. Joe was so good because not only did you have a kick-ass cartoon, but you had toys based on G.I. Joes,
Yeah.
and they were always changing. And I'll never forget this day in my life. I used to walk when I was in grade school. I went to a Catholic school, and I I'd walk to school in the mornings, and there was two ways you could go, and I would always go one way, but for whatever reason, I decided to go the other way. And when I did, I saw that there was a house that had their garbage put out for the garbage men,
Uh-oh.
and there were four boxes full of GI Joe vehicles, GI Joes, and like the big city and like the towers and the vehicles. I I carried every single box to school with me. I was not letting them go.
Oh my god. That would be like, that is utterly insane. Like, I don't know what I would have done had that happened. It's like, you hit the mother load.
It would be like it was the equivalent of being locked inside a porn store as a teenager.
Yeah.
I I could not pass up this opportunity, and I somehow carried four entire boxes into school. I didn't care if it couldn't fit in my locker.
And yeah, some kid would have been in big trouble. And Cyrus, Armada Starscream is one of the best Transformers of all time. Because they actually gave him character. Like, a lot of character. There's a lot of, videos on how, like, there's a lot of, smutty fanfics where, like, Starscream gets together with the teenage girl. I bet Voosh likes to read that. But allegedly. Allegedly. But anyway.
In Minecraft.
Yes. But Megatron not turning into a gun, I'll be honest with you, since I grew up after G1, I just thought Megatron turned into a tank. In fact, the Mandela effect made me remember Transformers the movie where he turned into, where I thought he turned into a tank, but no. The gun thing is cool, I guess, but like it makes more sense for him to like transform into something else, you know? Like a tank.
Well, well. Look who shows up.
And hello there, agnostic. But yeah, it makes more sense to me for Megatron to transform into something like that. Now, it's cool in the show because in the show, it's like that's the first time such a thing like that's ever existed. There's a little bit of a homoerotic kind of thing with him being used by Starscream and Optimus. One wonders, one wonders. I am a big fan of Transformers 1, where it's even more explicit that they kind of were, shall we say, together. That's a damn fine movie. If you have not seen Transformers 1 yet, you've got to. It is so good. It is like the best Transformers movie I have ever seen in my life. Because it actually takes the subject matter seriously. That's the biggest problem with Transformers. Like, they never took it really that seriously. Transformers Armada is kind of hard to watch. That Transformers Armada for me is my G1 because I was like 12 when it came out. But it is very Animu, to the point where they have what I like to call Alzheimer's Prime, where they don't have proper translations for the scripts. So he just rambles and repeats the premise of the show multiple times. Like, yeah, Optimus, you and your stories. But Optimus Prime really is a cool character, and Peter Cullen is like the best of them. He is like Peter Cullen did a very good job. Although I prefer Gary Chalk in the same way. Did you ever like He-Man Triple X?
Before I answer that question, somebody just showed up in the chat, but I don't recognize them. Do you know who that is by any chance? You ever see him before?
I don't know. I think you're making a joke. But I'm
I
tired.
am making a joke.
Like, I
Oh,
recognize...
it's Najee. That's who it is.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait.
Get in here, Najee.
I guess he got detained. Yeah, doing pretty
Now-
good today, Najee. Although my eye hurts because my contact had a tear in it. That was not fun. For those of y'all who don't wear glasses, think whatever god you may or may not believe in that you don't have to wear them because it's bullshit.
Now, your He-Man question. Yes, I liked He-Man, but not as much as I liked Thundercats.
And see, I was too,
And
I was too young for He-Man, so I never saw it.
Yeah, he was definitely a product of the early 80s. Because I remember watching Dolph Lundgren as the Masters of the Universe and loving it.
Yeah, I saw that too in the 90s. But I never saw the original one where He-Man was supposed to be homogeneous.
It's an honor to serve you, Lord Megatron.
I always thought if the Thundercats were made today, Panthro would totally be played by Vin Diesel.
That could work. I never cared for the Thundercats because once again, that was before my time. Believe it or not, there's actually something before me. Who'd have thought, right?
Oh Christ, a live-action Transformers movie?
Yeah, they're gonna bring it back. They're gonna bring it back. I did not like any of the Michael Bay Transformer movies after the second one, and even then, there's no way I could ever watch the second or first one ever again. Just because
I love the first one.
Shia LaBeouf is so annoying, though.
He is. I remember doing your vlog rant about Transformers, but the first movie to me was great. The second one with the what's the guy that was like from like that Secret Sect 7 or something? I'm directly underneath the enemy scrotum.
Yeah, I know what you mean. John Turturro is the actor's name.
And then you had the two, let's be honest, they were stereotypical black people in car form.
Even I knew that, and I didn't care back then. It's like, wow, this is really offensive. It's like, but they were played by Caucasian voice actors, though. And I remember after the movie came out, they're like, "Oh, we didn't know we were being offensive at all." It's like, look, if even somebody based can tell you're being offensive, it's like maybe you're being a little, just a little bit on the offensive side. I'm just saying, like, I mean, Twitter today would like it, but normal people not really. So yeah,
Now,
it's bad.
We joke about like Shia LaBeouf being like the most annoying person, but there is one person that doesn't get enough shit thrown at him for how awful he was, that wrecks the movie more than Shia LaBeouf for me. I don't remember his real name, but he was the fat black kid that ate all the donuts. All he did in every scene was scream.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
I honestly hated him.
The parents were also pretty stupid too. Did you remember the parents? They were like smoking the pot brownie, or smoking the pot brownies, eating the pot brownies or something, and were acting all stupid. And the dad was actually a famous actor at one point. He was in, well, I guess he was in a lot of little things, including Godzilla. So I guess it's no accounting for taste. The American Godzilla. He was like, one of like the generals or something. Godzilla's kind of weird in that they're. Oh, I know why they named him that. Never mind. I was like, oh yeah, Colonel O'Neill shows up in Godzilla, the American Godzilla, but it's like it's done by the same director as Stargate, and Stargate hadn't come out. SG-1 had not come out yet. Okay, Triple X, if you were a Transformer, what would you want to transform into? Like, what kind of vehicle?
I would absolutely transform into a Humvee.
That's a good choice. I think for me, I'd have to transform into a plane. I've always wanted to be able to fly to the moon and play amongst the stars.
Fly me to the moon.
It's like a rocket man burning out my fuse, right?
I fucking hate that song though.
No, the joke is like William Shatner. You know, he did like a spoken word version of that. It's like a big meme. Still after like 20 years.
Yeah, I know. Family Guy parodied it.
See, I love this game because we get to play as Megatron. Okay, there's no bullshit. There's no like, oh, you got to play as some random, you know, robot. No, you're playing as goddamn motherfucking Megatron, and you just wreck everything in your path. You know. And this
Is there an equivalent no Russian level in this game?
I can't imagine. Like, it's not. It doesn't have that. It's not that kind of game. Although you do assassinate Zeta Prime, though. Spoiler alert.
Who the fuck is Zeta Prime?
Well, the guy before Optimus. Although in Transformers continuity, there's like multiple Primes before Optimus. In the latest, in Transformers 1, it's Sentinel Prime. In this game, it's Zeta Prime.
To quote an Irish YouTuber that I adore, that would turn Optimus Prime into Optimus Crime.
Basically. Optimus Crime. Wait, you mean the Shattered Glass version of Optimus Prime? Where Optimus Prime is actually evil and is the Megatron equivalent?
That would be pretty cool.
Well, that is a real thing.
But
though,
no,
like,
it's just it was this Irish dude that was drinking moonshine and he got drunk and he said that would turn Optimus Prime into Optimus Crime.
I get it.
If they drank that, they would have been on they had been on Mars 3 years ago.
I mean, some of that moonshine can be pretty rough. I don't drink, so I don't know. I have no interest in drinking. The Scary Movie 3 guy, yeah, he probably was. He was in a lot of things. That guy from Transformers 2007, the annoying guy. We're just going to call him Annoying Guy number 234. But
Missed opportunity to have the dad from American Pie play Shia LaBeouf's dad in this one.
Yeah, Eugene Levy, I think his name was.
Yes.
But I just can't stand Shia LaBeouf. It's like, couldn't they have like a more, you know, like dignified protagonist or something? Somebody that actually had like balls.
He was in a movie called Eagle Eye, and it was actually not ruined by him.
Yeah, I've never had. I watched him in Fury. I think didn't he like convert to Christianity after that?
He wasn't bad in Fury either. I'll give him that. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I did not enjoy Fury. That was such an overdramatic Hollywood bullshit.
I didn't like Fury either. I was just simply saying that he didn't Shia LaBeouf the movie for me.
Yeah, he didn't ruin it. I know that, but just like that whole movie was so overdramatic, though. That's the thing about like Hollywood. Like anytime they do anything, they just like theater kid it up.
I also think Brad Pitt just wanted his World War II movie to shine.
Yeah.
It's like ever since Tom Hanks and Matt Damon did Saving Private Ryan, every big actor wants their World War II movie.
Yeah. If I was going to transform into something, I think it would probably be like a, for some reason, what pops into my head is a P-38 Lightning.
If I was going to be a plane, hands down, it either is an SR-71 Blackbird or the Harrier jump jet.
Ooh, those are good choices. But like the P-38 is my favorite of the World War II aircraft. The twin-tailed devil.
That is a pretty sick plane.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched some videos on that thing. Apparently they were really, really, really expensive to manufacture, but they were really good. But, you know, when you're trying to make tens of thousands of airplanes, you kind of have to worry about how much each unit costs so you don't run out of money.
I still think the SR-71 is the coolest plane ever.
Oh yeah,
ever,
without
ever.
doubt. That is truly one of the greats. I actually got to, I don't know if I saw one or I saw a mock-up of one back when I was a kid. I think it was just a mock-up of one, because those things would have still been classified probably back then.
I know this is going to sound really stupid, but to all my people with autism, you will totally understand this, and it will not seem weird. But if I could just lick it, I could die happy.
I'm not sure I would want to lick that. There's certain things I would, but
Oh, don't tell me you wouldn't lick an SR-71.
no. I would. Now, if there was, say, never mind. We'll get in trouble for that.
So you're telling me, if I showed up right now with a Barrett 50 cal and a bipod and a 14x telescoping scope and muzzle brake, you wouldn't lick it?
No, couldn't do that. I reserve that for only the lady. I mean, I can't say that.
Why are you winking to me in your webcam, General?
I don't know. My eye must hurt.
Uh-huh. I got you. You can't say it on stream, but I get you.
Been close to a B-52. That'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, it's one thing we were talking about before the stream, though, is why are so many of the female content creators so shallow? See, what we got here is a Roid Rage Autobot. Now, I just was watching, like, some random YouTube video, like, last week. And, like, oh my god, they had, like, a female co-commentator on it. And she had absolutely nothing to say. And I'm not even, like, anti the women's. I'm not, like, a red pill Twitterati. It's just, like, my god, they only hire these people because they got tits. And, like, I know for a fact that females can actually be good co-commentators.
You know, I think I know what the issue is. It's the lack of the Y chromosome.
I'm sure
Why can't they stream like regular people? Why can't you make your webcam smaller? Why can't you just have a regular room and not pink fluffy dolls everywhere? Why can't you have substance?
But see, I've seen decent female commentators. It's just they never get popular. I really like Phaelus's wife, Allison Pregler. Yeah, she's annoying. Yeah, she did the change the channel thing. But you know, she can actually make a pretty good video, especially when coupled with Phaelus. I'm a big fan of Phaelus. I've been a fan of him since he started out. But still, though, so many of these... that's why I like the very rare female that doesn't like try to profit off the sexuality. I mean, once again, I like attractive females. I'm not going to be like those Goonergate type people. But, like, the thing is, though, it's like, whenever I see, like, one on the, like, in a cosplay thing, and they're just, like, looking sexy, it's like, you know, you could do that without just banking on sexuality.
You know, I used to like Lindsay Ellis before she went woke-tard.
Ugh, Lindsay Ellis. I know people found her attractive, but I never did.
When she was like the nostalgia chick, she was all right.
She is totally not my type. Too skinny, too... You could just tell she had, like, a lot of anger issues. And come to find out she did. I actually watched...
But she had really fucking massive eyes.
Honestly, those weren't big enough for me to really care. They were too
and
small.
by eyes, I mean tits.
Too small for me to care about. But with that in mind, though, like, Lindsay Ellis is kind of an idiot. I'll give you an example. Like, Doug Walker... Mr. Doge Walker himself, did like an interview with her, and she was like, "Oh, I make a really piss poor you because I wasn't raised as a boy." And it's like, wasn't that the whole point of your existence, was to show nostalgic properties from a female perspective? I'm just saying.
You know, that reminds me that, like, Tamara, she's not bad on the channel. I actually kind of like her.
I guess I'm supposed to shoot this. Okay, I thought I was, like, supposed to freeze it or something. Overthinking it. Okay, so, before we get back into, like, Culture War, how old do you think this game is?
2010?
Well, like, when you look at the graphics, do they look really old? Do they, look like they've aged a lot?
It looks like a 360 era title.
Yeah.
I can see a little bit where like I can see a little rough edges, but for the most part, no, it still looks good.
It aged remarkably well, I think, for a game from 2010. This is from 2010.
Wow, I just took a guess on the date.
Yeah, it's like this is a game that's 16 years old. And I think one of the reasons why it can look pretty good even now, this is of course the PC version of the game, is this is all mechanical stuff. We're not trying to render faces or anything. Rendering humans is not an easy prospect, you know.
So, the gaming god Hideo Kojima had created a game totally different from Metal Gear called Zone of Enders. And it's like a Gundam style game.
Yeah.
And it still holds up remarkably well, even though it's not my type of game.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I have heard the name. I thought that was an anime for a second. Energon Battle Pistol A. You know, but I'll tell you this about Transformers. Transformers can have like some really interesting connotations though about like relative ability. It's like, oh, I could get in trouble for this. See, like with humans, like relative ability is harder to discern because humans have the capacity to do a lot of stuff. But if you're an actual built device, which is what a transformer is, different transformers would, I guess you could say, be inherently more strong. Just saying. It's like Megatron is clearly going to be better than a regular Autobot foot soldier. So it's like they never really explore like a caste system in the Transformers universe, which you think they would, because like there would be Autobots and Decepticons who would technically be physically superior. It's like you get in trouble for that, but I'm just saying here, you know, and that's just something that they could explore a bit better. And you could have it be where like you could have Megatron here be like, only the strong can rule, and actually legitimately, you know, like oppress people. Whereas one of the reasons why Optimus Prime is so great is he's like, well, everyone has the freedom to try to do what they can do, you know? Which is why I think you'd find that Twitter would find Optimus woke or something. I'm just saying, like, clearly, you know, Berserker bot here is going to be better than, like, you know, a bot that, like, sweeps floors. That's just something they could explore better, I think.
Fetch me the janitor bot.
But that's something that, like, Optimus is, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. If all Transformers are sentient, you know, he'd be more like, well, you know what, it doesn't matter if you're built to do this or that. You have the right to, you know, live how you want to live. Which I think would be kind of neat.
Here's a question for you. And I honestly don't know. I'm not saying this as a joke. But I take it that a mommy bot and a daddy bot don't copulate and conceive a baby bot.
You know, the joke I could make is, well, you know, it depends on the continuity. But no, it actually legitimately does depend on the continuity. Ironically, what I just said about the caste system actually did exist in Transformers 1. Where, like, if you could transform, you were at the top of the heap. If you couldn't, you weren't. But what happens is, like, in some continuities, there's this thing called a protoform, where it's like this gel that then is impregnated by, like, a life force from the supercomputer Primus, which is, like, the Transformer god. Right. That's how you get more Transformers. And it's kind of, like, random, like, who comes out as what. But then there's other Transformers continuities where people, like, where the Transformers legitimately build new Transformers.
See, because that's what I'm thinking. If you build a Transformer, you're already an adult. Like, you don't have, like, an infancy or a child year.
And the question, I guess, now you think, like, well, why don't they just all build them to be as strong as Optimus or Megatron? You know? Why wouldn't you?
Right?
But it's one of those things. You're not supposed to question it because this is toys fighting each other. It's one of those things, like, why is there, like, diversity in the Transformer population? because it doesn't make that much sense. But, you know, I guess, like, that way Transformers can evolve or something. So, like, you have the Transformers kind of change over time. I don't know. Like, why can some Transformers fly? Wouldn't it be really useful if they could all fly? In the original G1, for like the first couple episodes, Optimus could fly. And it wasn't an animation error either. Like, Optimus is like, Autobots to the skies. The Iron Giant.
Look, I got to make the joke, okay?
Uh-oh.
Where does his trailer go when he transforms?
Oh my god. Oh my... Everybody always likes to say...
Come on. You got to give me that one. I mean,
I guess we'd go to jail if we didn't, but... Ugh. That's such a... I hate that question, because... well, technically, in G1, what ends up happening is, it disappears into, like, the ether. It actually does, because, like, you know, like, you see, like, a little... I think even back then, they're like, where does the trailer go? And so what'll happen is, like, it'll, like, float away off screen. In Transformers Animated, yes, that's the name of the show, like, they have, like, some kids talking to, like, Optimus, and they're asking, like, where does your trailer go? And he's like, who knows where it goes? You know? I know the common joke is like it goes up his ass, but if it did, it would make him bigger than he is. And so since he's the same size all the time, clearly it doesn't, so yeah.
I was actually, you're not far off what I was going to say. But I like to think that it's his codpiece.
Yeah, I can work. I can work. What Transformers character scared you or made you at least feel threatened? Not really any of them, really. I mean,
I never found any Transformers scary.
Yeah, because, like, one of those things, like, Optimus would just show up and kick his ass. There's a story that I really hope is true that Peter Cullen likes to tell at, like, conventions, where he mentions that he got the Optimus Prime voice from his brother, who actually had served in Vietnam, and his brother had said, like, yeah, but if you're gonna play Optimus Prime, don't be like just a generic hero, be like a hero strong enough to be gentle. And I really like that. I hope that's true. You know?
So, you just made me think of something by asking that question. And I'm gonna have to go off topic. I hope you can forgive me.
I'm gonna put you in Space Chill.
Do you know, so you're familiar with the Thundercats, yeah?
Yeah.
I will tell you, one of the characters I fucking hated more than anything, even as a kid, was that goddamn Snarf.
Yeah. That was somebody.
He existed to do nothing but piss me off.
I get the feeling that was like a producer's pet. You know, it's like, hey, all the kids will love Snarf. They'll buy the dolls and everything. Meanwhile,
I couldn't stand him.
I guarantee you, since it was the 80s, he was probably a coked out, like, executive. He was like, oh, the kids, man, they'll love him. You know, they'll love Snarf.
Like, you got Leo doing all the cool stuff. You got Panthro throwing exploding bombs. You got the Chitara twins doing cool shit. And then you got this coked out idiot going, oh, Snarf, Snarf, oh, Snarf. Shut up, you do nothing. You contribute nothing.
Yeah, say what you will about, like, Transformers G1 being weird, but at least we didn't get any annoying characters like that. You know? Because, like, even the Spike character wasn't that annoying. I'm like, Shia LaBeouf!
To me, he reminds me of that, and I never watched the Power Rangers, but he always reminded me of that idiot that would go, ay, 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 ay.
Hey, don't slander Alpha 5. He wasn't that bad. He was close.
I hated him.
Alpha 5 slander. But yes, that character was annoying. Of all the shows I grew up with, though, Power Rangers is the one that I just can't stand. I can rewatch a G1 episode. I can rewatch an Armada episode, but I can't watch a Power Rangers episode. And people take that show so seriously. Like, people our age and slightly younger love the stupid Power Rangers. I don't know how, and I don't know why.
Now, do you think that they put these type of characters in cartoons for the the little brother or the little sister?
That, or they're just so coked out they don't know what good actually looks like, I guess.
Because even as a kid, I never found like Snarf and that to be interesting.
I don't think too many little kids find stuff like that really that entertaining. Because, like, consider, like, the little kid shows, like your, the Sesame Streets and the Barneys and stuff like that. Like, they don't really have characters like that. Not really. So, I don't know what the thought process is.
You might have actually missed this. This might have just been just after your time, but you might remember this. But in the 80s and the 90s, if there was a show of something, there was a baby version of it. Like Looney Tune Babies or the Muppet Babies.
You know, that was before my time, but I know what the Muppet Babies are, and I think I watched a little bit of, like, the young Scooby-Doo, but they weren't babies, they were, like, teenagers, I think.
Fuck Scrappy Doo. Fuck that dog and his fucking dumb, fucking stupid dog butthole. I hate him.
I mean, most people do. I mean, they didn't really show too many of the Scrappy Doo episodes on, like, Cartoon Network back when Cartoon Network was a thing. That's how I watched a lot of the Scooby-Doo stuff. They did not show too many of those because they knew. That's why they made Scrappy a villain, I think, in, like, it was either the first or second of the live-action ones. Oh, yeah.
Literally, my hatred for Scrappy broke my brain for a split second.
Yeah. But Power Rangers, I hate it. I did watch it as a kid, though, and I did watch it all the way out to Power Rangers in Space. I mean, it went in space. I'll tell you something funny, though. Even though I don't like Power Rangers, I did have on display for many, many years the Astro Mega Ship. It was a cool ship design. So, yeah, I'll give it that. But even as a kid, I knew that Power Rangers was stupid because they had, like, some kind of cheesy 80s movie on once, and I was like, oh, it's like Power Rangers for adults.
Did you ever watch the cartoon? Fuck my life.
I thought you were going to say, like, Gargoyles or something. I was like, yeah, it was great.
No, I meant to say Garfield cartoon, but my stupid dumb brain said Gartoon.
The Garfield Gartoon. I watched it a little bit. I don't dislike Garfield. I don't really like him that much, though. It's not like I'm a fan or anything.
I don't have an issue with Garfield. But do you remember the stupid U.S. Acres that would come on in between episodes?
I know what U.S. Acres is, but I can't say I ever saw it.
I fucking hated that show, too.
Didn't, like, Garfield have, like, a friend or something that was, like, a gray cat?
Nermal?
Yeah, I don't
that
know
was his enemy.
Oh, I thought it was, like, his friend or something, like a Garfield, like, girlfriend or something.
No, he was always trying to send her to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't know why we're going down to cartoon routes suddenly, but
it could be because we're playing a game based upon a cartoon, you know, Transformers here.
Shit, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. Did you ever see Eureka's Castle?
No, I'd never even heard of it.
Okay. Hated that cartoon as a kid. Hated the stupid theme song. Hated the characters. Hated everything about it. But your parents would always put it on for you.
See, I was very fortunate in that, like, my mother, when I was a kid, knew, like, what a good cartoon was. So, she'd never make me watch garbage like that. But I know we talk a lot about Gramps around here, but, like, my mother and grandmother are just as awesome as Gramps is. Like, my mother could have been, like, your typical mom that didn't, like, know anything. That was not the case. Like, she was the one that, like, knew what kind of video games to get. So... I gotta look up Eureka's Castle because I didn't know it was this terrible thing. Because I have no idea what it is. I've never heard of it. Oh yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yes, that is a very good show. And Optimus Prime turning into a fire truck. A cool idea because he's supposed to be a protector.
I like Courage.
Yeah, see, that's why you always want to go after like theater girls. You know why? Because they're gonna like shows like that. Along with anything by that weird guy whose name I can't remember at the moment. Tim Burton. That's why theater girls are my type.
Oh, Christ, theater girls.
But see, you gotta go after the right kind one, though. You gotta watch out for the bitches. I mean, you gotta watch out for bitches in anything, really.
They're all pretentious little douches that want to sing as loud as they can.
Not all
wicked.
of them. Not all of them. You just gotta watch for the right one. You gotta be
My
patient.
cousin is one of those people that went to see Wicked and was singing in the theater.
See, that's the thing. You gotta find somebody who has just enough social anxiety that they don't do that. You know?
Can you imagine spending $20 on movie tickets just to hear some stupid asshole theater kid belting out show tunes in a movie you paid to see?
See, the word you're looking
Because
for
they've
is
convinced themselves that they can do it just as good.
the word you're looking for is caterwauling. That
Yes.
way you can have as much derision in that as possible, because yes, it needs all the derision. Give it all derision all the time, you know. Thankfully, in the Hughes towns, not too many people are gonna do that. Oh yeah, Johnny Bravo, that's another classic, aka Duke Nukem: The Early Years. I always considered Johnny Bravo to be a Duke Nukem prequel. You know, in like Johnny Bravo's like teen years, like he doesn't have that, or Duke Nukem's teen years, he doesn't really have that much luck with the ladies. You know, he's got the body, but he's not able to like get laid. And then as he grows up and matures, you know, like he joins the military and such, he gets more confidence, and he becomes more like irresistible. And you know, he grows into Duke Nukem. Either that, or like Johnny Bravo is like Duke Nukem's little brother, and looks up to him and tries to act like him, but doesn't quite have the ability to pull it off. Either way, it works.
You know,
Yeah.
I always saw Johnny Bravo as a, like, if you took Duke Nukem and Boomhauer and just smashed them together.
I can see that.
He has Duke's body, but Boomhauer's, like, mental faculties.
But wait, but no, don't forget, Boomhauer was able to get all the chicks, though.
I'm not saying Boomhauer's stupid. And yes, I know. He fell in love with that one girl, and she broke his heart, and
I mean, it happens.
Bill had to rescue him.
It's a tale as old as time. Let's see, what did that say? The librarian, Modest on the outside, Linus on the inside. Psst. I can see that. But for me, it's somebody who is very creative, you know? Someone who will dress up as Cortana and go to a comic convention. Okay, so what celebrity would you like to actually meet? Like, okay, no, let me put that another way. What celebrity would you pay money to get an autograph for? Like, actual money. Like, let's say $50. That's actually pretty cheap, but...
So, all right, I swear to God, and I'm not saying this just to be topical, but there is only one person I would pay to physically meet and have an autograph for. And his name is Donald J. Trump.
I mean, I guess that could work, but I don't really consider him a celebrity, though. Well, not anymore, because he's a politician now, but... Alright, we'll touch on that in a minute, but,
There's no actor or actress I would willingly pay money for just to have them sign paper.
But what about, like Michael Beanbine?
As cool as it would be, I would not pay to just have him sign a piece of paper.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
love him
but-
as an actor, and I respect him as a person, but he's not my, I would pay for this person.
Let's see, Keanu Reeves, Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, they're not bad. Oh, I love this scene here. This is like the best scene in the whole game. Where he gets infused
And he's always
with
been
the...
Michael Biehn to me.
Yeah, that's how I pronounced it myself. But I've heard it's Michael Bean, so I just call him Michael Beanbine.
See, every time I hear
Wait, wait,
Bean,
wait,
I
wait.
think of either Mr.
Wait.
Bean.
Megatron. But go on.
Every time I hear like Michael Bean, I think of either Mr. Bean or what was the name of the guy that was in GoldenEye that played 006?
Sean Bean.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I can see that. I love that scene. I am the Dominator. I am Megatron. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, okay, we got it. There we
Okay,
go. We got
let me ask you a question. What celebrity would you pay $50 to go away forever and never do another film?
Ooh, I gotta think about that because there's so many.
Including their social media presence.
Yeah. Okay, let me think for a minute. Oh.
All right, I'll do you one better. What top 3?
Okay, Mark Ruffalo. That's the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, Amy Schumer. That's another good one. And then, ooh, let's see. I'm trying to think. What's a good third one? Oh man,
I'm getting rid of oh my god, what's his name? Robert De Niro.
There's the one. Okay. Well, but definitely Mark Ruffalo. I think that guy is the most annoying human being to ever exist. And yeah,
My
Dexter's
next
Laboratory is a classic.
My next one is The Rock.
I don't know. Is The Rock really that annoying, though? Is he really that
Yes.
bad? Does he deserve dissolution?
I want the Autobots leader to know his doom approaches. Once we have this station
Don't worry, I'll let you keep your precious tool.
and reactivate it for your new
And I think number 3. Oh, it would be Madonna.
Is she really even remotely, like, important anymore, though?
Actually, no, I take that back. It's Lady Gaga.
I don't know. Is she really that bad? I'm just thinking, like, the really, really bad ones. There's a lot of bad ones.
Did you see what she did to Folly and Dieu?
Yeah, that's true. Feliz adieu. Okay, so talking about Cheeto Man. So we have like a real life like Rainbow Six moment where like the dictator of Venezuela literally got taken down by Delta Force. No casualties, and they hauled him off to face trial. Like that sounds like something out of a bloody video game.
D-Bolt got him.
I mean, that's just crazy, man. And so since
Okay, something spooky just happened.
uh-oh.
I got a text message and my cell phone's right next to my mic, and all of a sudden my microphone vibrated and it went in my head.
Weird.
It scared me to Jesus. I thought my
Yeah.
microphone was about to explode.
I know, it's like okay, so the guy voicing Bumblebee here is Johnny Young Bach, I think is his name. The Asian Black Ranger from Power Rangers. I'm glad that this game exists because we actually got Bumblebee talking in this. And they took away Bumblebee's voice because of the stupid god-awful 2007 movie.
what of the High Council?
And of course we've got, you know, Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime.
With Zeta Prime gone, our forces are directionless, ineffective.
I mean, and this he sounds really good in this. His voice is a little too deep. That's something that Cyrus was mentioning the other day. Is that his voice is a little deeper than I'd like. I like the original '80s Optimus voice. And yeah, Madonna did used to age gracefully, but man, she did not. Ooh. I gotta say, what's the deal with chicks doing that to themselves? As I know, females can be sane.
Megatron is determined, I'll give him that. He needs to see Iacon destroyed. Not destroyed, Ratchet. Simply taken. He knows
You still there, Triple X?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was looking up something for you.
No, I was just making sure your microphone didn't fuck up.
Oh, my bad. You reminded me of something, and I have to share it in stream with you guys.
Go for it.
So, did you know when you look at Wolverine head on, it's actually just two Batmans kissing?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm not gonna get that out of my head.
Just pause and look real quick. It's
Oh,
worth
no,
it.
I'm not even gonna try doing that because it'll crash the stream or something. I'll look at it afterwards. Believe me, you never want to try to do stuff like that during the middle of a stream.
I'll just post it to your Discord.
All right. The character and toy Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is cool. He was pretty good in Transformers Prime. I much prefer the Transformers animated version of Ultra Magnus. The toy is kind of just a ripoff of the regular Optimus Prime, but painted white. It's okay to be a white Optimus Prime. Gonna go to jail for that one. But that's just kind of generic. Oh, my eye still hurts. I can still feel it. Lucky for me, I was gonna go to the eye doctor next week.
You gonna get some LASIK?
No, my eyesight's too bad for that. If I was gonna get,
No.
if I was gonna be able, I can't actually get anything like that. If I was gonna get like some kind of surgery, I would actually have to get contacts implanted into my eyes, and I've thought about it, but it's like, do I really need to see that bad? I'm just hoping that sometime in my lifetime I can get like my eyes regenerated by like advanced cloning or something, you know? So we finally got a War for Cybertron that was actually good in Bumblebee from 2017, where we actually got a scene a lot like this in the movie. I've not actually seen the movie, but I have seen that scene. I don't know if I really need to watch another live-action Transformers movie, though. It's like, I'm okay with not having more of that nonsense in my brain. Yeah, I've been watching a little bit of Home Improvement. That show ages really well. And I gotta tell you, like, look what they've taken from us. You know, shows like that were pretty special back in the day, but like the idea of just, you know, a normal American family living happily ever after, there's something special about that, you know?
Wish
What
I
do
could
they-
live happily ever after.
Yeah, you will, don't worry. You're smart enough.
I lived mediocrely ever after.
Yeah. You'll make it. Like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, he goes to beat the drummer from Foghat. I do not know who that is. Yeah, Transformers Prime, yeah, they do look a lot Michael Bay, but it makes sense, because it came out at that time, so you just kind of got to live with it. The show is still pretty good, though. I like the designs in this a lot more, though.
I miss Carl from Aqua Teen.
I never really got into the Adult Swim shows. I enjoyed the Venture Brothers well enough, but I don't know that I'd ever watch it again.
Dr. Girlfriend.
Yes, I remember that with the really deep voice.
Now, okay, let me ask you a question. Could you get past a girl that was attractive with huge boobs, but had the deepest man voice you ever heard?
You know, maybe. I could probably.
Like, imagine she's born 1000% female, except something happened and her voice is that of a man's. Like,
Oh yeah, I sent you that
just
meme
imagine
the
like
other day.
Vin Diesel.
I sent you that meme. Yeah, I could live with it, maybe. We'll have to see. I like females with deeper voices in general, though. And I do have it on good authority from multiple females at this point that they really do put on that voice as an affectation. like that high pitched. I think they call it the ooh-woo voice. I think you mentioned the other day.
Yeah.
I can't stand that. Oh my god. I would play this way. I would rather have a girl with a Vin Diesel voice than one with a high pitched, you know, like helium voice. Let's put it that way. If I had to choose, you know.
I do hate the ooh-woo voice.
Yeah, I can't stand it. But yeah, I like Home Improvement for another reason. Like, they have, like, Al as, like, a member of the family. I really like that. There's just something about that that's just so wholesome, you know? Exactly. And it's just a nice, light, happy show. And I've, of course, acquired all 8 seasons legally, so I can watch them whenever I want.
And it gave the world Justin Taylor Thomas, or JTT, as the Swoon girls would call him.
Honestly, I didn't like him. He was my least favorite character, especially once he reached his teen years and he became insufferably pretentious.
Nobody liked JTT. That was the joke.
Oh, okay. I don't know, because maybe that was like a fan thing that I wasn't aware of, where it's like, oh yeah, everybody loves the annoying Pratt. I mean, I like of the kid characters, I like the youngest one. He was actually at a con I went to. He didn't age very well, unfortunately.
I like the Bedford Toll girl.
Oh yeah.
Heidi.
Oh, yeah, that was what's her name? The famous one, Pamela Anderson, I believe her name was.
I just know her name was Heidi on the show.
Oh yeah, that was the better one though. But it was one of Pamela Anderson's earliest roles. I really respect Pamela Anderson for not wearing the makeup, and she's aged very gracefully, I gotta say.
Did you see her Tommy Lee video?
No, but I know what you're talking about. I don't.
I have.
I can imagine it's probably something. All right.
Look, I'm just saying, dude is literally a baby holding an apple.
Oh my.
Oh my.
You know, so I always thought that it was like, okay, the name is Tommy Lee, right? But doesn't that make you think of like Tommy Lee Jones? You know, like.
Yes.
Because like, who or what is a Tommy Lee though? Like, what exactly did he do that was actually entertaining? Like, he was a musician, I think, but like, what did he play? Like, put your hands together for the rock and roll stylings of Tommy Lee. He's gonna play the song. Like, do you know any songs he might have played?
Tommy Lee?
Yeah, like what's?
Tommy Lee was the drummer for Motley Crue.
Okay, so he was just a drummer. That just pissed off all the drummers. Just a drummer! He's the most important one there!
And he also had a side project in the 2000s called Methods of Mayhem.
Okay. But he was just
He had
a drummer.
He had a really big hit song called Get Naked. It was pretty good.
Okay. Put your hands together for Get Naked! It's like doodly 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 doo. That has been my rendition of Get Naked.
You know, how does it go again?
Doodly 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 doo.
You can't see it, but I'm holding up my lighter over here.
Like, it's the doodly doo song, aka Get Naked. Get naked, doody 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 doo. Get naked. Optimus Prime?
We need to make a CD.
Is Optimus Prime naked?
Medic in General's cover of pop music.
But, you know, that's the only problem. Like, these days, I'm actually a lot happier than I've been in, like, the last couple years since Gramps decided to leave us. So I'm going to get myself into trouble if I don't watch what I say sometimes. Because I'll get extra, you know, spicy.
You and me get spicy by accident and have to censor a stream? Never.
Yeah, say it ain't so. It's not like I'm secretly evil or anything, but it's like, you know, you make jokes that might or might not be, you know, like, fit for public consumption. And it's like, that's kind of like me. When I'm in a good mood, I can say shit like that. I hope the streams have actually improved a lot since I've got a lot happier, had, you know, old Triple X on here along with Chainsaw and, you know, Dark Chico and all the rest. He's doing it by myself. You know, I can talk for 2 hours, but having somebody to talk to bullshit back and forth is a lot of fun, you know.
You know what? I'm going to say something very spicy, and you're probably going to have to dump out of this when you edit
God,
the
no.
stream.
Oh god, no.
Here it comes. Are you ready? Catholicism has some good points.
Oh, I'm gonna be eating meat and I forget what. I was actually baptized as a Roman Catholic, but I'm a Protestant myself. Keenan and Kel. I know who that is, but I know who they are, but that's not my thing. And back as a kid, I didn't care about any of this, what I called human interest nonsense. If it wasn't a robot or a Batman or, you know, a Han Solo, I didn't care. You know?
Did you just say a hand solo?
Yes. Han the Man Solo.
If it wasn't a robot or a Batman or a hand solo, I didn't care.
Exactly.
Words to live by, General.
General Lotz 2026. It must be a Han. It
Yeah.
don't mean a thing if it ain't got that Han Solo. See, like, as a kid, I always kind of looked at Gramps as sort of like the real life Han Solo, because, like, he was the only person I knew who actually concealed carried anything. Like, guns weren't as popular back then. But Gramps, he always had that big iron on his hip, you know? Unfortunately,
What was that
big
god-awful Star Wars game where they danced to that pop song, but they changed the lyrics to I'm Han Solo?
I reviewed it. It was Star Wars Connect. That destroyed LucasArts. The bastards. But yeah, Gramps always had his big iron on his hip. There's a memory I have. We went to the mall once to the Sharper Image. I don't know how many of y'all remember that. With the Ionic Breeze.
I remember the Sharper Image.
Yeah, it was all cheap Chinese garbage, but it was all those stupid little gadgets that never worked right. Or if they did work, they'd work for like 6 months and then didn't.
Who doesn't need a Rolodex of names that's also a holographic alarm clock?
But I remember we were there once, and Gramps like picked up one of the metal detectors and like ran it over where he had his pistol. We were kind of like making fun of all the people in there. With that, it's just like that was a fun memory.
What about a tie clip that's also a kazoo?
I mean, the Ionic Breeze has got to be the biggest ripoff. I think somebody went to jail for that, though, didn't they? Because like it gave you cancer or something.
I remember the Ionic Breeze, but wasn't it just like a neti pot?
I don't know what a neti pot is.
It's like a tea kettle that you stick in your nostrils.
No, it was a thing that was supposed to like use like ions or something to like filter the air. So like if you lived in a place with like mold or something, you could
Oh, it was like a pure air purifier.
Yeah, and like it made the air less pure. It made the air like less pure.
Oh my god, dicks. I used to buy guns and ammo at Kmart.
Yeah. You can still, at least as of 2021, buy guns at Walmart. I got a 1022 from there.
The dicks, the Dunhams, they still have guns.
But what about the vaginas? Now that's the question. The world only can wonder.
No, that's only in blue states.
Hey, people in red states like vaginas too. I mean, no, you can't say that. We'll get in trouble. Orange Julius. I've never seen those. I'm sure they must exist somewhere.
They are pretty good.
You
know what I have to say about it?
Go for it.
Something very important.
Hey, it's Mondami. He's in the game.
Fine words from Mr. Dankula.
Honestly, this is very much like a Mondami speech. Yeah, that's another cultural thing where Mr. Mondami gave a speech like, "We're going to get rid of rugged individualism and embrace the warmth of collectivism." Like, you can't make it up. Why would anyone think that was a good thing to say? You know?
You know, I'm sad. I waited for that to play back and it did not come. So when I said I have fine words for you, it was just 30 seconds of silence.
I thought I interrupted you and that's why you didn't say it.
No. God damn it.
They always get Soundwave right. They always kind of get Soundwave right. They make him where, like, he still, you know, has his little cassette deck. Ugh, my poor eye. It still hurts. But whatever. If you can make guns as popular as big as the AR-15, what would it be? Ooh, the first one that comes to mind is the Bushmaster Bullpup. I really want one of those, but I'm not willing to pay the money for it. So that's why I don't have one. Oh crap, I'm gonna die. Back, no, Optimus! Optimesh. See, the Tavor lacks a muzzle brake, so, you know, I'm not really into that.
I have a fondness for the FAMAS, but leave it to the French to design a bullpup assault rifle.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind being able to at least shoot one. And
Since it wouldn't play for me, allow me to just say, "Oh no, what happened? What happened? How terrible! Oh no!"
I mean, it works. Why exactly do we have a better live stream than like something like the quartering? I've just watched like some of his stuff, and it's like he's talking about his bowel movements. I'm like, really, a millionaire?
Oh come on! Like we have never delved into like randomness before.
But not like that. We have higher standards than that. We have standards at all.
That's right. Anything goes until it gets too spicy, and then he has to edit the video.
Yeah, let's try not to do that. Don't make me have to do more work.
Well, so far, I believe we have an edit-free stream.
Yes. What discontinued gun line will I bring back? Ooh. The Security 6 revolver. That could be sort of like the budget line for Ruger double-action 357 Magnums. Because like a GP100 is going to run you 800 smackaroonies, and that is expensive for a 6-shot revolver. But imagine like Ruger had like a budget revolver that was like, say, 500 or, you know, like 600. That's a lot more doable than 800. So I'd like to bring that back. I have a Security 6, and it's damn fine.
How about like a Sturmgewehr or any of those German World War II rifles?
They're so
like the like Hitler's buzzsaw. I mean, Big Daddy Eddie's buzzsaw.
The problem with those is they're old world designs, and so they're very expensive to manufacture. Because you're not going to be manufacturing 10 million of them. You're going to be manufacturing like maybe 10,000, if that. So you couldn't get the price down enough. The reason why Ruger could make revolvers cheaper is they use investment casting. And I don't see you investment casting like an MP40 or a SVT or anything like that.
So, did you know in Aliens, the smart rifles were MG40s with motorcycle parts?
That and like a camera thing, but actually they weren't called smart rifles, they were called smart guns. Get it right.
You know what I meant.
I'm gonna have a tism freak out. It's a psychotism freak out.
We got nukes, we got knives, we got sharp sticks.
We got tism. We're gonna play all the Bionicles. Topanua will save us.
Cyrus, that is one of the best lines ever.
Oh no, anyway.
So, for quick reference, James May is referencing the Dacia Sandero being delayed. And Jeremy says, "Oh no." And then he immediately goes, "Anyway." Because no one gives a shit about the Dacia Sandero.
I don't know if you could investment cast a AR-18. I don't know that anybody... Well, actually, you can buy a modern-day AR-18, if I'm not mistaken, from Brownells. They're not that expensive. Oh, no. Anyway. I like Top Gear.
Can you excuse me for a minute? All this talk about Big Daddy Eddie got my blatty acting batty.
Uh-oh. Oh, dears.
That means I gotta take a piss. I'll be back.
I think we got that.
Well, you didn't say anything, so I had to double check.
I'll have to edit that out. No, I'm not going to edit that out.
Why would you? Don't you dare. Mr. Get Naked. Boom, 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 boom.
Actually, it was doodly doodly doo.
Oh, that's right. Doodly doo. Stop actuallying me. All right, I'll be right back. I really gotta pee.
All right, we'll hold the fort. Oh, but... Oh, damn, I'm out of ammo. So where does the ammo go? That's the question. Is this, like, part of Optimus? It's one of those things where you don't want to ask that question. But yeah, this is a kick-ass game. I've been a big fan of this game for years. I've never actually beaten it, to be perfectly frank, because the final boss fight against Trypticon is 10 kinds of bullshit. But at the same time, this is pretty good. It even had co-op! Go Optimus! No! Fuck. I told you this game gets hard. Conjure up some chicken tendies. I had some quesadillas today. Got some new cheese, and cheese, it's good. What is a good alt mode instead of a cassette player? You know, if you're gonna like redo Soundwave, you'd probably just give them like a alt mode of like, you know, a plane or a truck or something. Maybe have them like, you know what you could do? You could have them transform into like a satellite truck. Although satellite dishes are so small now, I guess it doesn't really work, but like, maybe like a radar truck or something. Yeah, I think a radar truck might work. Okay, we're gonna transform into Optimus's truck mode here. I kind of want to get this aligned continuity Optimus Prime here as like an actual toy. Because I own a good number of Optimus Primes. I even have the Optimal Optimus from the 90s. Like I said, god damn it. Well, like I said, me mom knew what to buy because she got me that Optimal Optimus back in the 90s. And it's pretty badass. Although, you need an instruction manual to actually transform him. Yeah, like, there's so many different continuities for Transformers. This is the aligned continuity where they try to have the books, the TV show Transformers Prime, this game, and a couple of comics all be part of the same continuity. And, of course, the writers didn't talk to each other. And, like, War for Cybertron is based somewhat on, like, The War Within, which was a comic series. Like, people take their Transformers seriously, and I do, too. I like Transformers. Because it's not cringy, it's not garbage, it's actually something worth watching, and those god-awful Michael Bay movies really don't do it justice. One of the things that's kind of funny about these grifters, though, is people like to hate on the IDW continuity. The IDW continuity is just kind of boring. Oh crap, no! God damn it, again! But one of the things they say is that it's woke when it's really not. They point out what's kind of amusing is the blueies and the reddies both kind of say that IDW is kind of woke. It's not. They never read it. That's the thing. So I'll give you an example. They talk about RC. RC is the female Transformer. Different continuities handle female Transformers differently. Like the original Marvel Comics run, there weren't any. And then like Optimus got like social pressure to like make one, and then they got mad at him for that. Other continuities, they just exist and you don't question it, which is probably the best bet, because why would a race of, you know, robots have a gender? But they talk about RC in IDW continuity, and in IDW they don't have female Transformers, but that one is female. Why? Well, if you listen to the Blueies, they'll say like, "Oh, that RC is a transformer," except that's not true. In the actual comic, what ends up happening to poor RC is he ends up getting forcibly God damn it, dead again. Forcibly converted by a mad scientist into a female transformer. So it's not exactly what people make it out to be. It's actually pretty tragic and one of the better storylines in the IDW continuity, but it's like, it's not woke, that's for sure. It's a pretty good comic series with fairly decent art, but it does get boring in places, and the characters are a little darker than they probably need to be. I think that's where they started, where Thundercracker like defects to the Autobots at some point. The current Transformers comic done by Skybound is actually, it's pretty good, but they retread, they do the evergreen thing, as they say. And so the evergreen stuff is where they kind of follow the original. Oh crap, go! Go! They do the evergreen thing where they kind of like retread some of the stuff that we've already seen before, but darker. Crap, gonna die again? No, get the Energon! Drive! Go, Optimus! We're hurting him. This is back when games actually had challenge. No! Oh! Oh, I just barely survived that.
Someone call for a medic?
Yeah, you need to save Optimus Prime here. I just barely survived that. Probably gonna die again. This game is from the time period when games could actually be difficult. And so I've been on this boss for like the last 10 minutes. It has an insta-kill dark energon force field, and it's fucking... He's almost dead. We'll get him. We go fucking kill this guy. This Robro is toast. Or not. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, blow up already. Whew.
Wow, dude, do I have a 20-second plus delay today?
Yeah, that's YouTube's fault, not mine. I'm in all green. In Prime, he turns into a UAV. In Cybertron, he turns into an F-117. Nice.
There has to be a way where I can actually physically see what's going on as you're doing it.
We'll have to look that up, because I guess there must be, but I don't know that too many commentators really follow that closely by what somebody else is doing, though.
Well, here's the thing. Like, let's say you're playing Call of Duty, right? And you're sniping Imran Zakhaev. Okay, I'm going to say nice shot, and you will have already rappelled down the building and started running by the time it plays.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Consummate professionals here, gentlemen.
Well, but people don't really pay that much attention, as far as I know. Mexican cheese, not bad. So, Peter Cullen did a promo for a made-for-TV movie called Mary, Mother of Jesus, and yes, it's... Well, he not only did the Optimus Prime voice for stuff like that, but also for Voltron. So here's my hottest take of the night. Voltron, not that great. In fact, I don't think I could ever really sit through any of it. I liked the early seasons of the Netflix Voltron, which was pretty good, until I think it became bad, but I only watched like a season of that, so... It's just Voltron never did it for me.
So, on the cooking portion of the stream, Agnostic says that he's about to make a burger. And allow me to give you the recipe for what I call the medic burger, or the first responder. You got to get yourself some good ground beef, obviously. Chuck or Kobe. and you want to season it with salt, pepper, and Montreal seasoning. Then you want to cook that sumbitch to about medium. You want a little bit of pink in the center. Then you want to top it with some sliced Swiss cheese, ketchup, mustard, mayo, optional, and absolutely no vegetables.
Yeah, that Montreal
If
seasoning is pretty good.
If even one leaf of lettuce falls on it, it's ruined.
Not the lettuce.
Nope. Burgers. Look, I'm a very fussy eater. I hate lettuce. I hate tomato. I hate onion. I hate pickle.
Yes.
Burgers
Yes.
are meat and cheese.
Thank you.
God intended them.
So, like, when you get, like, fast food, like, do you actually try to explain this stuff to them, or do you just, like, take it off afterwards?
Dude, you literally just triggered a recessed memory from my childhood. My dad was the God rest his soul, was the laziest person I knew. And I swear to God, when we were kids and we would go through like Burger King's drive-thru, he would just yell, "I'm just ordering the food. You can pick off what you don't want when we get home."
Oh,
And I'm like, come on.
See, like,
It takes 2 seconds. 2 seconds to say what you don't want something.
Yeah. I order it with all the crap on there just because I don't think they're smart enough to actually take it off. So I'm like, just a number whatever, and I'll pick it off, you know?
Well, see, the thing for me is like onions taint the taste of a burger. Tomatoes get juice in the bun. So I tell them, I'm like, I don't want that shit on. If a tomato even looks in my burger, I don't want it.
I actually like the onions. Before a long time ago I didn't, but they grew on me. They grew on me. They give it a nice little zing. The tomatoes, or tomatoes, the tomatoes, potatoes, yeah.
Tomatoes.
The Ash Ketchums, I just can't stand them. Oh yeah, since you're older than me, did you ever care about the Pokemans?
No.
Okay.
Not even once.
I like the game, and I like the Animus. I had one of my early crushes was on the Jessie character. Give me a big tit redhead any day. I even liked her voice.
How about one of the Paul brothers buying a $5.2 million Illustrator Pikachu?
That is insane. I'm glad one of them got their jaw rocked.
Oh, he's selling it as a type of NFT where you can own a piece of it.
Can we get that guy's jaw rocked?
Can you imagine buying a piece of a card but never having actual ownership of the card?
I think that should just come with a obligatory punch to the face. Because that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Why would I pay someone to have a portion of a Ferrari if I can never drive it?
Why would anyone apply to would use OnlyFans? Why would you pay that kind of money for a portion of a female? But
you know,
yeah.
I can tell you there's a wonderful website if you're still into that goon stage of people's lives, where they go and take the OF girls and just post them there for free.
Exactly. But anyway.
So yeah, you know, hoist the sails, yar matey, if you catch my drift.
And acquire everything legally.
Yes. In fact, pay for it twice, because they're worth it.
Precisely. What do you think, Soundwave turning into a camera drone? That's going to be too small, though. Soundwave is supposed to be about the same size as Megatron. That'd be a big-ass drone. Let's see. Different burger
Are we
things.
still edit-free?
Yes, we're safe.
All right, we have 30 minutes. Can we make it?
Yes. I keep shooting my own guys in the back. Because what we're doing is we played like half the stream was Megatron, the other half is Optimus. And so I'm still in like Megatron mode. It's like, die Autobots! Man, I'll tell you, Transformers the movies soundtrack is beautiful. It's like, Transformers, dun 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 dun, more than meat. It's like, that is beautiful music right there. It's by Lion. But the movie's terrible after the first 20 minutes. Like, when they lose Optimus, it's like, what am I watching? You know? It's like, Instruments of Destruction. Like, watch as your childhood is murdered in front of you by Megatron and rock out while doing it. You know? Watch as Ironhide gets shot in the face and has his face melt off. And yes, they do show this. Watch as Prowl...
when I... excuse me. When I first played Kill Switch, when they flip the script and tell you that you were hijacked by the terrorist doing terrorist things, I was like, dude, that's actually smart.
Yes.
Why would we always just assume we're doing the good thing when we play video games?
Yeah, it's too bad nobody remembers that, but they remember a man chooses, a slave obeys, you know. They always remember that, but they don't remember the kill switch.
You know, a lot of people give Spec Ops: The Line a lot of shit for being just another formulaic by-the-numbers shooter, but the story is so good. It's the one thing that sets it apart. I won't spoil it if anyone hasn't played it, but I highly recommend you play through it once if you can.
I don't know if it'd be a spoiler though, like, you know, Willie Pete and such.
Well, okay, like, Homefront tried to do the same exact thing, but it wasn't handled with the same, like, care. You just drop the Willie Pete, and then somebody says, I thought I smelled Korean barbecue.
Oh my god.
Like way to sap the tension out of, like, a war crime, you know?
Yeah. That was, by that point, I guess that's when the good writers aged out or something, and we were left with garbage. I guess
I remember that level of, called No Russian in Modern Warfare 2. That was just the most evil thing if you were a non-gamer and were in like journalistic media at the time.
Yeah.
But now shit like that is so quaint.
Well, the thing is, it was actually done wisely with actual, you know, writing quality put to it, so it was horrible. Now it's just like, now violence for the sake of violence.
I used to listen to this show called Opie and Anthony, and they had this comedian in called Patrice O'Neill, who was hysterical.
Yeah, I don't
God
like
rest
that guy,
his
though.
soul.
I don't like him.
And they were showing Modern Warfare off to him, and he was showing him No Russian.
No.
And in his face just said everything that you needed to know. Like, he's like, dear God, they even have the terrorist swagger down when they walk. And goddamn, if Infinity War did not absolutely capture the way a terrorist would behave.
Yeah, they did a very good job. But then again, you know, all the people who wrote that game and worked on that game have long since aged out. But yeah, I don't like that Patrice O'Neill guy. He's an asshole.
What don't you like about Patrice O'Neill?
Well, you know, he hates the Whammons and is not shy about that.
He doesn't hate the Whammons.
Yeah, I've heard some of the stuff he said, and it's like,
yeah, dude, but you got to remember, a lot of it is just comedy for comedy's sake. Like, he's not really like that in real life.
no.
By the way, he died. So,
Well, I know he died.
Rest
I
in
think
peace.
he died of like cancer or something. Unfortunately, like, people need to stop doing that. Movie Bob and Tom. Movie Blob, not the movie Blob.
I like Patrice more than I like Bill Burr.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is. Ugh, Bill Burr. I didn't even know he was a comedian until he was in Star Wars. Because I don't find comedians that funny. I like Seinfeld. I think he's funny. I like Tim Allen. I think he's funny. But like all the rest.
So Bill Burr was a stand-up comedian who got his start on the O&A show by being a blue-collar raunchy comedian
Blue collar.
who was based as shit.
What?
And then, yeah. And then he met his wife, a strong woman of color, and a Michelle Obama surrogate, and he got wokeified and cucked, and he shit on the people that made him famous, and now he's all happy with Breaking Bads and Star Warses.
Yeah.
So,
What a shame.
bottom line is, fuck Bill Burr.
Yeah, what a shame. But then again, I never cared about him anyway, so he would not, even if he had maintained any sort of basedness, I still wouldn't have liked him just because he was one of those asshole kind of comedians with that sneer in his voice. Can't stand those kind of people.
Lewis Black was another comedian I liked, despite his left-leaning views, but he got TDS, and now I can't watch him.
All that stuff comes off as so fake, you know?
Do you remember when what was her name? Wanda Sykes got booed
Yeah. I
for
remember
not
that.
reading the room?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
I loved every second of that.
yeah, because these people are... There was a Family Guy joke. One of the few good ones. The early seasons of Family Guy were actually pretty funny before they went overly violent and insane. Where like...
And
I think,
incestuous.
that too. Where like Lois is like trying to run for like president or something, and she's like, just keep saying the word 9/11 over again. 9/11. Yay! You know, it's like.
I remember that episode, actually.
And so all these comedians and such, you know, are all like, Trump bad. No, it's like Trump bad. Yay! You know, it's like, God, I hate all of you. Like, I hate every single one of these people because it's like, come on. It's like a joke now. And it has been for the last decade. Oh yeah, we're coming up on a decade since we had Baron von Cheetostein. The thing about that, though, is like, nobody cared about politics except for weirdos like myself who kept themselves appraised of different crap that was going on, you know? And so all these, you know, normies that are now like, uh-oh, politics. It's like, I bet most of these idiots that are going on about, like, this political stuff couldn't even find Venezuela on a map. Or Ukraine.
You know, I will say this. One thing I will throw shade at conservatives for that really drive me crazy. Like, for example, Benny Johnson. I like Benny Johnson as a person. But for whatever reason, conservatives love to post things like, should Trump run again in 2028?
Oh my God.
With the intention of getting people wound up. And it's like, look, we know he can't run in 2028. You're just doing that to piss people off, to get them angry. And I don't understand, like, who's falling for it besides one particular group of people that have no critical thinking skills?
Yeah, it's like, that's so dumb. It's like, and I'm very glad that he cannot run again because, do you know why there can only be 2 terms?
Well, I mean, technically he's going to be too old in 2028.
Yeah, but like, why legally he couldn't, even if he wanted to, even if he wasn't?
Well, I know there's a rule in law that says you can only serve 2 terms.
Yeah, there's a constitutional amendment, but believe it or not, that constitutional amendment did not exist prior to the 1940s. But do you know why that constitutional amendment exists?
No, I don't.
Okay, so, George Washington, we're going to have history time with the general here. George Washington
Oh boy.
only served 2 terms because he didn't want to be a king, okay? And up until Franklin Delano Everybody respected that until him, and he got 4 terms. Oh dear. And after that, a constitutional amendment was passed to limit the presidency to a mere 2 terms. That's why that exists.
Something tells me that he is a Democrat.
Yeah. Well, actually, apparently not, though. You know why? The party switch that apparently took place in the 60s, that means that the United States won World War I and II because of Republicans. Funny how they don't say that, though. Could it be that they're lying?
No, they don't.
But anyway, yes, he was a member of the Democrat Party. And yeah, he ran for 4 terms.
Surprise.
And won 4 terms. So, yeah. And also locked up American citizens in jail during the war. Now, do you know how they get away with that, though? And by they, I mean like political people get away with saying that FDR is great, despite him locking up American citizens. They get away with it with semantics. They say, "Oh, well, they locked up Japanese Americans." Like, see how racist awesome? No, they locked up American citizens, and it was found constitutional somehow. Notice how it's different when you say American citizens versus Japanese Americans. But anyway, there's been...
That's why they're not illegal aliens. They are migrants.
You know, the first time I saw the term migrant was in AVP Extinction. And in that game, they're actual, legal economic migrants migrating to a colony planet, not just people... Never mind, I'm gonna get in trouble if I continue.
I get angry when I'm playing online and it says migrating host.
But no, it's just it angers me when I see stupos, It's
come on, we got 15 minutes. Don't dump out.
On a happy note, Xbox emulation is now viable, and I'm going to be streaming a fuckload of Xbox games in this coming year, because the Xbox was my favorite console of the early 2000s, and in general, it had all the games I liked on it. So, all piss filter all the time. It's going to look like Germany.
Quickly, chat. Quickly. Tell him not to go to the dark side.
Been there since 2003. I still remember me and my grandfather going to the game store looking at the different consoles. And I got shown Halo, and I didn't look back since. So yeah, next week we're going to do Resident Evil Deadly Aim. Is it Deadly Aim or Dead Aim?
Actually, it's Dead Aim.
Okay, Resident Evil Dead Aim.
Or, if you want to be pedantic, Survivor 2 in Japan.
Resident Evil Dead Aim 2 Survivor 1.
Biohazard.
Biohazard 2.
I will say this, because I love this game so much. It was... It's third person with first person combat, but oh dear Christ, did they fuck up the characters' necks. And the faces are just perfect. Like Homelander. They were just perfect. Down to the very last detail.
Did you know that the guy who played Homelander is from New Zealand?
Yes.
I just find it funny. You got the Billy Butcher guy. He's got Carl Urban, also New Zealand. It's like New Zealand on New Zealand combat. It's Kiwi time.
Fuck was his name? Mason, Avatar, Sam Worthington.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
What is the deal with these New Zealanders being actors? Are they all theater kids?
What's the deal with New Zealand? What happened to Old Zealand?
I'll tell you this, they're all
Why
theater
do they
kids.
call them Kiwis?
Actually, do you know why they call them Kiwis? I know this. It's not the fruit.
Sorry, I was wiping my nose.
No. It's not.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the fruit.
Yeah, it's a bird. It's a burb. They're all theater kids. The annoying kind. We'll take a look at Fall of Cybertron at some point. The next Transformers game I'm going to get to, which is going to be months from now, is going to be Devastation. That's abandonware, unfortunately. Devastation is kind of like Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, just with Optimus Prime.
Did you ever play Revengeance?
No, I haven't legally, though. You want to know the funny part about...
I think you would actually like that game as a hack and slash.
Yeah, I'll get to it at some point. It's just like, I never got into Metal Gear Solid, so it didn't do much for me.
So many memes.
Yeah, I know, like the suddenly I realized thing. But believe it or not, this game is actually being played 100% legit, despite the fact that this is entirely abandonware now. I'm playing the Steam version that I acquired with real money, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Would you play Dead Space? Yes. I actually have a whole Let's Play up on the channel still from like ancient days. But yeah, I'll stream Dead Space at some point. I've been thinking about it. See, how much time we got left? We got 9 minutes. Okay, we're good.
So I got a fun fact about Dead Space for you.
Dead Espacia.
So the developers, they when they would come to work, they would take the train into the studio, and every time it passed through this tunnel, it would make this god awful unnatural sound that was just creepy as fuck. And anytime you go through an airlock in the game, they play that sound.
That is really cool.
So,
I like that.
Yeah, just fun fact. Every airlock sound is from a Seattle-based tunnel.
Man, I feel bad for people who live in Seattle. We kind of clown on the Blueies now and again, but I really do feel bad about all those people that, that was their home. They shouldn't have it be torn into like garbage.
Yeah, Antifa shows up, then Chaz and Chop show up.
Yeah, it's BS.
Although I have no sympathies for any Antifa people charged under domestic terrorism.
Oh yeah,
you brought this on yourself.
I was talking about like the regular people that just wanted to go to work, make money, make a video game, and then it all had to become, bad.
Imagine you're some like aging hipster, and you lived there your whole life, and all of a sudden these 20-year-olds start showing up with blue hair and septum piercings chanting about transformer rights or human rights.
Yeah, it's like the word septum just sounds so nasty. I don't know why. It's just like, I know it's the nose, but it sounds like that should be someplace else. Starts with an R. You know what I mean?
I don't think so, Cyrus. I do remember people saying that. Might be one of those Mandela effects.
The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime in the original show did have an Energon axe he used a grand total of 1 time. And that was like in the first episode, and then he never used it again.
If he has a spark, how come they don't all spark?
Da-da-da-da, smash. And Optimus Prime, he likes to smash Elita 1 all the time. And he did in the original show. I'm not making that up. He actually did legitimately smash Elita 1. Like, she ran out of, like, Energon, and so he had to, like, share his Energon with her. And, like, it's
Wasn't
really
that the name of Epstein's plane?
No. Because Energon's just a power source. It's pure and wonderful. Now, Dark Energon, that's another thing entirely. I'm sure Epstein and Megatron would have gotten along just right. But anyway.
Oh, no. Not Dark Energontron.
Uh-oh. But no, like, literally in the TV show, the original G1, like, Optimus, like, interfaces with Elita 1, and, like, they share energy, and he actually moans in pleasure. Look it up. It's on YouTube. It happened. It was the 80s. You could get away with that back then.
Yeah, interfaces, huh?
And like the wires do come from his crotch. They knew
Oh,
what they were
dear.
doing. And he's like, he does moan in pleasure. Like, it happens. It's the most hilarious thing ever. It's like robosex. It's virtual.
He looks at her and he says, "I want you to give me head gasket."
You know, I'm sure there's like some kind of thing like that somewhere. I mean, there's always been a little bit of the thirstiness in Transformers. I mean, all the 2010s people remember RC, the motorcycle, the sexy motorcycle. Like, seriously, Triple X, look up RC the motorcycle and you'll see.
Out of
I think-
curiosity, by the way, speaking of thirstiness, did you see that awful Star Wars show with the black twins? They're like, it was like, quote, touted as the gayest Star Wars ever.
Yeah, the Acolyte.
Yeah. Did you think that the guy that they had that was like supposed to be the Sith was as attractive as everyone said he was?
I don't. He looked like a regular guy, though. I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, I know that because there was a review I watched of that referred to him as Asian Ezra Miller.
Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, look, I can look at a guy and judge. I can comfortably look at a man and say, yeah, he's attractive, he's handsome. I can see why a woman would like him.
But Asian
But
Ezra
he's
Miller?
just a regular. Yeah, no, he's just. He looks like somebody that would be at like P.F. Chang's.
Armed and Delirious. I've never even heard of it, so probably not. I got an idea for I got a great idea for the April Fool's Day video. And since those of y'all who are still in the stream, you get to know about it first. Throncast IRL. Make of that what you will. So, whatever you think a Throncast, a Grand Admiral Throncast might or might not be, it's gonna be brilliant. Or it'll be really cringy, I don't know which.
So it's a podcast with Charisse Theron?
No. Thrawn, man, you know, the blue guy from Star Wars.
I got nothing.
You're gonna have to go to space jail for 2 months for not knowing who Grand Admiral Thrawn is.
Oh, come on. You can't expect me to know every one of these characters.
He's one of the most important characters in all of Star Wars.
I just learned that they're called AT-ATs.
Uh,
And ATSTs.
so wait, you're gonna tell me that when you were in high school, you didn't like have the name of a Star Wars character on your Letterman jacket, right?
No.
I did. No, it didn't. My Letterman jacket did not say Thrawn. Oh no, it said Gilad Pelion.
Isn't it funny how we both have two completely different upbringings? I'm an inner city bastard, and you're a suburban band camp good kid. And
Yeah.
yet, despite our differences, we still have so much in common.
It's kind of like how America used to be. You know, it's kind of like Tim the Toolman Taylor and Al Zagala Borland, you know?
That's right.
But, hey, I also consider myself a bit of a country boy, you know? I may not have lived in the country, but the country boy lived in me. I mean, I was
You
shooting
can take General out of the country, but you can't take country out of General.
Exactly. I mean, I was shooting shotguns in the garage. You know, blowing up trash cans and such. Alright, well, next time, and we're going to be playing Dead Aim. Until then, I'm General Lotz. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and please consider leaving a like or a comment, as the algorithm desires your soul. And I want to thank all those fans who have supported this channel, both past and present.